game was just how important it is to get back on track. This team is on a losing streak here, but they know they are better than what their record shows. He said, if we can get out to an early start, set the tone, we are going to be just fine. He's challenged his team to focus better and communicate early in this ballgame. I'll let you know how it looks from down here on the field. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So NC State's offense will take the field first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The run inside. It's Scott. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Gets it out quickly. Breaks into the open. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Wolfpack will have first and 10. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Rushes on him. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He fields the punt in his own end zone. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. So Clemson's offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And we expect a lot of the game plan to be built around Gideon Davidson. Big day in his last game. Over 150 yards on the ground and a score. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on first and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Davidson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
You know, Clemson football is at its best when they've got that guy at the helm that can be a playmaker. And Cade Klubnik had some of those flashes, right? Like going to the college football playoff the year before. But Clemson returning back to humanity a year ago. Not a good season for them. And Jesse, they didn't go out and get the 5-star commit in the portal. They didn't go out and pay a lot of money. They believe in developing it through high school and the guys they brought in.
Is it the guy, though? Because you mentioned it, David, and you're so right. When they had Deshaun Watson or they had Trevor Lawrence, they were the...
Pick off again! He's now thrown 20 interceptions. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Running inside. It's Scott. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. no backs. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Well, they didn't let loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, it's the conference finale today. Win this one. Extra football ahead has taken a ton of hard work to get here, David, and they certainly can't afford to let down.
Yeah, and you people, Reese, you know, they're looking ahead, always pointing to the future, like they need to win today. Like their goals are still in front of them, but today is a big day in the conference to continue to keep winning.
And that's the thing I think their coach kept reminding his team of all week long. At the very start of the year, in our first team meeting, we put our goals up on the board. The number one goal was to win the conference, and they have a chance to guarantee themselves a spot in that game with a win today.
So oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it with the up man. Got a little grass. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Special teams is such a momentum builder. A lot of times you see it change games, and it's so nice when you're a defense and you're about to go on the field. All of a sudden you get a fumble, and now you don't have to go on the field. Man, a great feeling. Hey, offense, you got this. Go take care of it. Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle.
Turning it on! Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So the quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Takes the easy one to the back. That's 20. He's got space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! He got it right inside the pylon. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Scott. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. second down here as we're back at it after the break. Trying play action. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that thing. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Inside the 35. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the NC State sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Flips it out on the screen. He came flying up from his free safety position and stopped him well short. In fact, he'll be about 3 yards behind the marker, and it's fourth down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Wants to return it. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. The run inside. It's Johnson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be calling a hot route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Tigers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The run to the left. Picked up about 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Running inside, it's Haynes. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Brown. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the NC State sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up with the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air. It's Bailey. Got his man. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, a first half swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return to that small change. They take over at the 43. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the run, it's Haynes. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Buys a little time. And now the Wolfpack will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the 2nd play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Swings it out to the flat. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the NC State sideline, there is a lot of conversation happening about better communication. This crowd is making it so difficult, already creating several turnovers early in this game. The defense is feeding off it, the crowd is feeding off it, and they've got their backs against the wall in a hostile environment. They've got to clean it up here to keep alive in this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Back to pass, it's Bailey. He's got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
Set up for the 1st down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Wolfpack uses its final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They boot it away on 4th down. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Haynes. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Still on his feet at the 35. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific 2nd half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the 3rd quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. These injuries could play a big factor, Holly. What have you got on those?
Clemson's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, although he did not have a full update, he did tell me their running back will not return to this game. They are continuing to evaluate him for a lower body injury. They would not say exactly what it is. Let's hope it's not serious, but he is definitely out for the start of this 2nd half. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. That's caught by Wesco. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Maybe some room here. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They're going to ride this running back.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Dead center perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. Here's a heat. He's on the move. There he goes. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Jumped on top of the pile. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Makes the catch. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. No fair catches here, looking for room. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to his team.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Going to the run, it's Haynes. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Great job by the defense taking away the quarterback's primary target on that play and forcing the incompletion.
Motion from the wideout. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They're working that left side. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The play-action fake. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make...
Caught, and he's got room. Oh, what a caught! He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Back to throw, it's Bailey. Finds his man, it's Jackson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. With this game decided, let's take a look at the projected playoff bracket, and it's getting late. Week 12, and this is how things would stack up if the playoffs started today. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fool him with the run on 3rd down, and they're looking at 4th and plenty of work to do.
And this offense had...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The run inside. It's Haynes. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And after that play, there is a Tiger who has yet to get up. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Gets the back moving. To throw, it's Bailey. He's got him. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Now the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Douglas. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here late.
Oh, they're after him. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced it.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And he makes the catch, but he can't stay in bounds. That'll be incomplete. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Scott. What a run! Takes it all the way down to the 11-yard line before he's forced out. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. The option, he'll keep it. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a crease. It's Scott. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on, and it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been a slog up to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go back and watch the film, and they're going to see what worked on this drive and maybe try to build on that the next time out.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the 4th quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game, it looks like.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced them into 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Bailey. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They'll go to the air. They get to him as he throws. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Fitted in the window for the score. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. Now on the option. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Haynes. Timeout is called with just a single second left. After this, it'll be a wrap. He'll run it again. They'll make the stop. At first down, on to Isaac, and they should be able to kneel this one out. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, the rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.